Hey everybody, welcome back to Champ and Sons and our FIFA 21 Sunderland Manager Career Mode series. We have two games for you on tap today. First one will be against Oxford United.
Thanks, guys.
They
We're going to
did
get
beat
started with
us
the
the
questions any
last
minute now.
time we played. I have a feeling that's why there is this press conference. They are, I think, in the middle to lower side of League One, but they just caught us off guard last time. So for that, now we have the pregame press conference to go through. And then the second game today is one that kind of will tell the tale of where we are as a team, how far we have come as a team. We will be playing Everton after we face off against Oxford in a League One matchup. Everton will be in the Emirates FA Cup round 4. So we're getting down to the nitty-gritty there. But we're going to have to beat some tough teams. First up is Everton in the Premier League that we're going to have to get over on that one. But before we get to that, we are going to face off against Oxford United. Who will win is their final question to me. Really? We've been going flat out during training. We get the edge. Yes, we do. We have got the
Okay, guys,
edge
we'll be wrapping
in
up
this
now.
one
Thank you for attending.
show. All right, that will not do for all the questions today. And we are going to be playing at Oxford Stadium. This is an away game for us. We do have a good traveling set of fans. You kind of saw them off in the corner over there. But they will be big for us today. And so this game will get underway here. And Oxford is going to start trying to push the ball up. They're moving it around pretty quick. We are playing semi-fierce on defense. Graham is starting. Ryan Grigg he's available, but he's just not ready where he needs to be in the game at this point full time. So Graham is starting. Now we will stop their attack quickly, and we're going to come on the counter attack, pushing it up the left side as we get it over to Adley, one of our newer midfielders. He gets it up to Graham, passes it back to Adley, who maintains possession. He's going to find Scowen in the front, and that's going to be blocked by the defender. Scowen with a good shot on it, but a good play by their defense to stop that one. So now at about the 8-minute mark, we're working the ball back down the pitch as we get it over to Scowen. And Scowen's going to push it back up to Graham, who makes a good quick move and gets it over to Adley. Adley shoots and scores! Goal for Sunderland. We take the lead 1-0 here in Oxford off the goal from our young midfielder, our new-to-the-team attacker. Adley gets goal number 1 for Sunderland. Now Oxford is going to be trying to push it up, but their attack is not much that we have to worry about this go-around. So we get the ball up to Graham coming on the counterattack. He's going to get it over to O'Neill on the right side of the box. He's in. He fires. It's in the goal. O'Neill with the shot, powering it past the goalie. Goalie ended up taking him out after he made the shot. But O'Neill with the finish on that one. A powerful boot to the ball as it just shoots into the back upper corner of the net. So now in the 33rd minute, we do lead 2-0, but we are not just maintaining satisfaction with that, as Graham has got a run coming along, and he's going to stop, and he makes a pass back to the middle. Scowen with the finish. Scowen pushes it past the goalie on the one-timer pass coming from Graham. Scowen gets to it before the defender could, and he nails the ball, driving it into the net, giving Sunderland a 3-0 lead here in the first half of this game. Only about 34 minutes into it at this point, and we are starting to run away with this one. Now at the start of the second half, pretty much, Oxford with a corner kick, and they kind of volley it back in. It bounces around, and they're going to drive it into the net for the goal. That was absolutely confusing. That ball playing pinball within our defenders inside the box after we punched it out. And you can see they just knocked it back in, and then it bounces around and is delivered perfectly for their man who takes it off the volley. So 3-1 is the lead now in the 57th minute as we come back to it. Adley over to Graham. Graham's going to hit that into the net. Easy one-timer. Tapper wide open. Danny Graham with the goal on that one. Adley with the pass, giving us a 4-1 lead. And trying to close this game out, drive that nail into the coffin here in the 86th minute. We're working the way back down the pitch. O'Brien with the ball on the left side of the box. He's in. He sends a pass back. Graham's going to finish that one into the net. 5-1 Sunderland over Oxford. This has been a thrashing. Beautiful offensive display on that. Our defense played well with the exception of the one moment on the corner kick. This has been overall total domination in this matchup. League One, we are running away with it because that will do the game. We will take the victory. Our fans that traveled all the way from Sunderland are pleased and happy with our result, as we will walk off with another one in the win column, one of many that we have. All right, so let's go ahead and once again, there's our fans. Move on to this press
just
conference.
A couple of questions for you.
Post-game presser, as they say. All right, what are your thoughts about your star man, Danny Graham? He played great. I mean, can't say he didn't. He came through whenever, we needed him to finish. 2 goals are probably about the game. So much more to admire. Yes, please. Although he's as happy as he can be, so you can't go any higher than that. In a very comfortable 90 minutes. Were you surprised it wasn't more difficult? Since they beat us the last time? Surprised it wasn't more difficult? I'm not going to say I'm surprised. I figured we have dominated. We are a different team than what we were the last time we played Oxford. Our defense has gotten better. We've added some pieces there. So, no, it's not a surprising result, really. Still. All right. Good time. We were disappointed.
Thanks. That's all the questions we have for you.
Got this win. Hoorah, kumbaya, everybody. Time is good. All right. So we are going to fast forward a little bit to our match against Everton in the Emirates FA Cup. And this is a big one. This is really the measuring stick of where we stand as a club, and are we ready to take that next level? I know most of our players are in the 60s. We got a couple that are rated within the 70s. And Everton is Premier League, so most of their guys are in the 80s. So yeah, number-wise, they have us on the talent ratings. So this is definitely going to be a tough one. And with it being the FA Cup, we got to try to put together the proper substitution packages. We are coming in with a 5-2-3 setting, or I guess positioning, for our team. And so this is going to be a tough battle, but this will tell us where we are. Where do we need to go? What pieces do we need to add? Attackers, do we need to really start to ramp up our defense as we get into these more difficult leagues, since we are going to be looking to get into the championship in the next season. So that's what I like about this one. All right, and we are playing at Everton as well. This is not a home game for us, which is a shame, but it is what it is. At some point, we plan to have to play there, whether it be in the Premier League or now. So might as well go ahead and jump on into it, as we are at the 5-minute mark in this first half, and we are trying to work our way up, but you can tell Everton has got so much speed on their team that we have Grigg coming back from an injury, and he's hardly able to run away with it as he sends a cross in, and that's going to be headed out by the Everton defenders. And now here they come, getting ready for their counter attack as they get their offense set up, and they start working their way back down the field. All right, here they come into the middle of the box, and they just blow right past our guy. And the only way we can stop them is going to be with a penalty. So this will give them a free kick from about 28 yards out as they fake us. And then try one, and it's going to land outside the post. It was a good effort, just not quite good enough. Now at the 11-minute mark, Everton's coming on the counter attack, and they are pushing the pace. as they start working the ball into the box from the right side. Just out juking our man, send the crossover, and it's going to be headed into the goal. Everton will take the lead over Sunderland 1-0 after that beautiful display of offense. So here we come at the 17-minute mark, trying to get an equalizer, trying to show that we can stick with these guys as we work the ball down the left side with O'Brien, who gets it into Dobson, who's going to fire it in. It's going to go just wide past the right post. Dobson just could not get it to curve as much as needed. So now at the 27-minute mark, Everton really starting to push the pace on us, and their attack just seems to always spread us out, but we do make a good stop there. So 28 minutes, we're coming on the counterattack. Scowen does have the ball as he gets it over to O'Neill. O'Neill pushing the pace. He's getting down into the bottom of the box, sends in the cross, and it's going to fall to Grigg, who's going to hit it, and it's going to be deflected by the goalie over to the net, and that will lead to a corner that nothing happens from. And so here we are a couple minutes later as we will take possession from them, and on Everton's side of the field, we get it to Grigg, who's going to get the pass to Gooch. Gooch fires, it's going to be in the net, off the inside of the left post. Lyndon Gooch fires that one home, and we have found our equalizer. The score here in Everton, 1-1 against Sunderland. We are in position to set up for the major upset, as that will take us into halftime. 1-1 ball game. I'm willing to bet you Everton is absolutely shocked right now. How could they, a Premier League team, be tied with a lowly League One Sunderland? And so here we go in the second half, getting this one started off. Trying to work our way down, figuring we can maintain possession, make some moves. O'Brien's got a run on the left side. He's coming into the box. He's going to send the little cross in. It's going to be headed out of bounds behind the goalie, as that will lead to a corner kick. Just needed someone to make a run with him a little bit sooner, and we could have had a better opportunity. So here comes a corner kick. It's going to come flying in as we try to get it headed in. Oh, it's going to bounce off a defender. Looked like a handball, but they did not call it. So that attack will be stopped. Now 51st minute, here comes Everton. Even whenever we try to get the ball away from them, they still maintain possession. He gets past our man. He's alone in the box. Allen, he's going to fire it. It's going in into the net for Everton, and they will take the lead 2-1 over us here at Sunderland. Allen with the goal, drove it into the box by himself, untouched basically, as he will score and give Everton the 2-1 lead. In the 58th minute, O'Brien's got the ball on the left side of the box, trying to work it in, and their goalie will punch it back this time as we miss the header. And it's going to come out to Ledbetter, who's just not able to maintain it, and Everton will stop that attack. Now at the 67th minute, Sunderland working it down. We got it to Gooch on the right side. He gives it over to Grigg, who takes it into the box, and he's knocked off by the defender as Everton regains possession and starts working the way up the field. Everton with a long boot down the left side. Willis chasing it, and he completely mishandles it. Bailey's got it all alone in the box. A sliding tackle, and it's going into the goal. We tried a last sliding tackle, last-ditch effort, and we completely missed. And Everton will capitalize as Bailey sends that one in and gives Everton the 3-1 lead. Now at the 75th minute, trying to get something back, we are caught offsides. And here we come in the 80th minute, trying to work our way back down, pushing the pace as we get the ball out to Telford. Telford's going to have a run. He's into the box all alone. Telford shoots off the post, and it's going to be deflected out by the Everton defenders. That was really our last best chance to try to make something happen, and we're denied by the post. And the ball went right past our guys and into Everton's defense as they're able to just clear it out, maintain. So we do not get the win in this one. That was pretty dang tough, I'm not going to lie. We have a lot of places we need to build up.
Time for a quick question.
Our defense, for one, needs some hefty work. The attack, I think if we can get just a little bit more speed, maybe one or two more better attackers that probably need to be in the 70s. I think we could really compete at that point. I'm not saying we'd win every time, but I have a feeling we could have competed with Everton if we had, maybe one of our attackers being in the 70s, give or take, right? So we'll have to look to that kind of going forward, upgrading the offense. We've been happy with Grigg because he's incredibly efficient, but he is only, I think, a 65 overall, something like that. So he's not very highly rated, and at some point we are going to have to move on from him. So, all right, let's see for our final question. Let's see. Everton were the better team today, weren't they? And the last goal sealed it. Well, obviously the last goal sealed it. We did 3, but we did a lot of good things today. Okay, I will definitely say that. This was going to be a tough game, guaranteed, but we fought pretty dang hard in it. And so I am proud of our guys for being able to do that. All right, so let's get moving on with our season. That will be the last game we play. In this one, we do have some transfer offers come up and some things to look at here. First one being for Will Grigg. And my only thing with him is he is 29 years old, right? And I've been keeping my focus on let's build from young guys up. So a 29-year-old 65 is nowhere near what a 22-year-old 65 is, because that 22-year-old is going to become a 70 to 80 something by the time, if we develop him right, by the time he's 29. So there's some room, and we do have this offer for him. They're offering $1 million for Grigg. It says his current value is $800,000, so that's a pretty decent figure. I'm not gonna lie. However, I really think we could try to get just a little bit more. He is the main attacker for our team, but if we can just get a smidgen more, so try for an extra 100,000, I would think, at that point, man, we get that little, just that little tidbit extra allows us to try to pick someone else up to replace him. Because since we are working on this deal, once they accept it and we get rid of him, we are going to have somebody to replace him. That's a given. That is an absolute given. So, 1 point, I guess, 5 million. I'll take it. 1,050,000. I will take that, especially with Grigg's value being at the 800,000, coming off an injury. I think he'd had a couple injuries in this season already, so it's not that bad of a deal, really. But we are coming to the end of the January transfer period, right? So here's the 27th. And now we have some other offers we need to look at. Someone is offering us, how much did that say? 2.35 million for O'Neill. Wow. If he wasn't a 70 overall and I felt I could get somebody to replace him, I probably would do that. My problem is we're coming to the end of the transfer period. I don't have that much money anyways for this. So we're going to have to be especially careful because it is January 30th. Grigg has officially been sold. And so we need to pick up someone else. That is a given. And taking a look at our transfer budget, we got a little over $2 million in there. So for League One guys, that should be a fairly decent price depending on where we're trying to pick them up from. So taking a look, once again, I'm looking for young. If I'm going to bring someone in, I prefer that they be a younger individual. Timo Werner, he's like, 86. He's not coming to my team. These guys are not coming to my team. A lot of them that I'm looking at. And you can always generally tell by the league that they're in, right? Generally, they're not going to come if they're in the top league. Now, this one's interesting. Danny Romero, 68 overall. He has a release clause that we'd have to pay. If we want to be able to speak to him, he has a release clause And it's more than what we have allotted right now. So we're going to go ahead and make some changes to our budget. Since we're League One, our wage budget is fairly low. It's not anything that is incredibly excessive. So now that we got that money in there, $3 million, let's go ahead and pay the release clause, approach to buy, pay the 2.75. And we did, so now let's negotiate to get an attacker to replace Will Grigg. These negotiations are always kind of foolishly funny looking, the way they happen, and they take a little too long if you ask me. Great to have you both here. Let's discuss this. You want to be an important role. Well, you're one of our you'd be our highest rated attacker. Yes, you will have an important role. Okay. Oh, and while we go through these negotiations, let me just to remind you to hit that subscribe button if you have not already. And if you do like today's video, hit that thumbs up button, as we do greatly appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. And so thank you very much for doing that. All right, so let's get back to it. So we agree on importance, and this thing, right. So now we have agreed on his role. Let's discuss the length of his contract. Should not take you 7 minutes to say that. But for some reason in the FIFA world, it does. Offer your client a 4-year contract. Okay, that's what we're looking for. All right, I'll take it. I can deal. 4-year contracto. I can do that. All right. No release clause. Yeah, I don't care. To be totally honest with you, I don't even know what that release clause is. I'm assuming that's one of those things that someone could pay me and then you're released, I guess, like we did for him. But I really don't know, to be completely honest with you. We don't see the need to include. Now, this coming up part, talking about a salary, is where I generally feel I kind of overpay people. One, I'm not sure what the value of their signing bonuses and stuff should be. Okay. And so that, I'm like looking at, he was a $4,900 salary for his wage, but he's coming in here for me to be the main attacking guy for my team, right? This is supposed to be my man. So I pay him $12,000 a wage. And my signing bonus, since I don't really know how any of that works, I just put it 85. 85,000 seems good. And then I always like to add an additional bonus to it. All right, appearances, goals, 15. What would be an appropriate bonus? 100,000, 150,000 for 15 goals. I don't know if that's excessive. It seems like it is, but with the amount of money that European soccer clubs throw around, it's really not. So that is what we offer him. Let's see what they have to say about that. It's a reasonable offer. My client is happy with that. Perfect. All right, so now that that is done, we are going to look to move on here, and I will catch y'all later in the next episode. So until then, everybody, as always, stay safe, and you know how it goes. Later, y'all.